Raggy, we're facing the other punk jack-o'-lantern once again. Like, I agree with you, Scooby, and I thought handling it one time was bad enough. It's a cruel, cruel world we live in. But yeah, cruel is right. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back with another fantastic Halloween-related review. And yes, as you saw from the title and thumbnail of this video, I'm actually going to be doing a second look review of Happy Halloween, Scooby-Doo! Yes, the second Scooby-Doo Halloween movie in this little franchise, as well as this being a second look, aka Revisit Edition review. Now, as usual with the last video I made yesterday, if you guys have seen my original review of this last year, you pretty much know what the heck to expect from Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo. But I'm guessing you guys might need a little recap, just in case you forgot. Festival of Fright. Shaggy and Scooby's favorite holiday is upon us. With fake monsters and candy galore, Halloween is heaven for these hungry foodies going door to door. But this year, the sweet holiday turns sour when the neighborhood pumpkin patch is tainted with toxic ooze, creating high-flying jack-o'-lanterns and a king-size pumpkin leader that squashes everything in its path. Uh-oh, I smell trouble. It's up to Scooby-Doo and the gang, who teamed up with the pals Bill Nye the Science Guy and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, to solve this mystery of the gigantic proportions and save Crystal Cove. So I probably said this before in my original review of Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo, but as usual, this is one enjoyable Halloween movie, as well as it being a great Scooby-Doo movie. Great animation, especially for direct-to-video standards. Great plot with a beginning, middle, and end. Shaggy and Scooby, the Scooby-Doo franchise is still popular. The Alpha Jack-o'-lantern and its pumpkin minions are quite menacing. And I do like the guest appearances of this movie. I said this before in my original review, and I'll say it again. Not only that this is a Halloween movie, but this is also a bit of a crossover with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, who first appeared as a cameo when Return to Zombie Island. Bill Nye the Science Guy, who originally appeared in Season 1, Episode 26 of Scooby-Doo, and guess who, called Space Station Scooby. And this also has an appearance of Dr. Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, who is one of many Batman villains. Yeah, there's no line that this is quite a hilarious and bizarre Halloween movie. The villains of the movie and the guest appearances in this movie. This movie was written, produced, and directed by Maxwell Adams. Okay, well, actually, yeah, written, produced, and directed by Maxwell Adams, who you might know him better as the creator of Evil Con Carne and The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I wonder if you can see. Yeah, you can see his name right there. So I'm guessing I also think this is a bit of a nice reunion for Maxwell Adams and Grey DeLisle Griffin, who was the voice of Daphne Blake. Because this is technically the third time that the two of them have worked together. The two previous two were the as mentioned Evil Con Carne and Billy and Mandy, which I'm guessing that's what they're mostly famous for. And this probably wouldn't be the last time that Adams will be involved with the franchise, since he will end up being the producer and director of Scooby-Doo and the Sword and Scoob, a movie that I haven't seen in a long time, but I get a chance to watch it. This movie was quite amazing. I mean, the humor is quite hilarious too. I do like how everyone was trying their best to escape the evil pumpkin army in the most longest chase ever on the road. And yeah, I guess the long chases can be a bit of a drag from time to time, but it does have a bit of a purpose. And I like how this is taking place during the Halloween season, which is a great opportunity, considering how Mystery Inc. has solved several cases that took place around the holiday. Heck, I already did a second look review of Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King yesterday. And, okay, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before in my original review or not, but this movie was actually a part of a trilogy of movies, starting with Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost, Return to Zombie Island, and then ending with Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo. Pretty much everybody on YouTube has already seemed to point this out about how these movies were somewhat a part of a trilogy. Mainly had to do with a certain sheriff who I'm not gonna give away who he is, since I assume you guys don't like any spoilers. So yeah, this movie is a part of a trilogy of movies in chronological order. JB and Millie and Scooby-Topia also point this out as well when they talked about these movies before. In fact, I think Scooby-Topia also did a retrospective on all three of these movies in a row, which I might be able to leave a link in the description down below for you guys to check out. So, just in case you guys will have a better idea of what the heck I'm talking about. And yeah, I know it's been I know I said this, I guess I didn't say this before. But moving on. I totally enjoyed this movie a lot. And again, during the Halloween parade, there are a few little Easter eggs to past Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Like there's a Frankenstein Jr. float in the parade, and during the crowd of the event, you even see two people dress up as Dynamite the Wonder and Blue Falcon. I probably said this before in my original review, but it is pretty cool that we got a little bit of a callback to Dynamite and Blue Falcon and Frankenstein Jr. from, Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. And during the end of the movie, where the gang accidentally stumbled across a Halloween party, one of the people who was a part of the party is even dressed up as Fred Flintstone from, the Flintstones. So I guess we technically have like 3 Hanna-Barbera Easter egg callbacks. And I almost forgot to mention that there was even a Grim Reaper float in the parade. I'm not sure if that's meant to be like a reference or an Easter egg to the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy, considering how Maxwell Adams is involved with this movie and Billy and Mandy. So it might be a bit of a stretch, but I'm gonna call it as an Easter. I'm just gonna call it an Easter egg. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It would be pretty neat if it would be pretty cool if other characters and real life celebrities were somewhat a part of this movie. Like maybe Goober and the Ghost Chasers, the Funky Phantom Crew, Fangface, Zatanna the Superhuman Magician, Harley Quinn and the Joker, or maybe a few horror legends who are probably in a few horror movies, like some of the cast members from the Scream movies, especially Matthew Lillard, or Kevin, or even Michael Keaton, best known as Beetlejuice. Or, funny enough, imagine if there was an alternate universe where Beetlejuice or the Ghostbusters somewhat appeared in this movie. Now that would be pretty mind-blowing. And yeah, I know that would not happen, but hey, I get it. It will never happen, but you never know. Anything can happen. And I do like during the grand battle of the movie where the gang are trying to defeat all the pumpkins, Velma finally admits that she was afraid of failing science. And which probably explains why, which I guess it probably explains her weird behavior and Curse of the 13th Ghost and Return to Zombie Island. And I guess I can sort of give Velma a pass about her being a little bit skeptical about Curse of the 13th Ghost, since she and Fred were not in the original 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo series to begin with. So I guess she gets a pass on that one. And I guess that explains why she was a bit rational and a bit annoying in Return to Zombie Island, which I understand is not a great movie. Oh well, can't win them all. It's actually cool that the gang could get to reunite with Bill and I the Science Guy again in this movie, considering how I did mention that he previously met the gang in the season 1 finale of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. And I'm glad that Elvira had a much bigger role in this movie compared to her brief cameo in Return to Zombie Island. No, but to be fair, it probably would have been neat if Batman somehow appeared in this movie, because he probably would have been helpful in this movie at some point. And you can't win them all. But other than that, after giving this movie a second look, I think Happy Halloween, Scooby-Doo is still a very hilarious movie for everyone to enjoy. Whether you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, or you like to celebrate Halloween each year, or maybe even both, if you know what I mean. So I'll give this movie 5 ghostly pumpkins out of 5, since that's how spectacular this movie is. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for tomorrow when I do a second look on Trick or Treat, Scooby-Doo. I'm gonna have a good time with this one again.